when you discovered so many of these great treasures? Your personal number one, if we haven't done it already.
No, I mean, there are so many,
I
honestly.
know.
I mean, this is my favorite book. You listed many books, and I'm working on more, thank God. But um, this is my favorite because it was so exciting to play detective and to try to discover all of these magnificent different objects that really I think if it wasn't collected in the way that it was, then in 100 years from now, I think a lot of that people would never know about these things because we know what happens, either fire or time or neglect, or people that don't know what it is and they just throw it out, when they have to clear their grandparents' house or something. A lot of these things would have gone to the in the trash heap of history were it not for this really concerted effort to gather the most important objects that I was able to find, within that period of time that I was actually looking for them. So this was very exciting, this work to put together all of these. We could literally spend many, many such sessions, and I wouldn't mind if you would want to, but because I have a passion for each and every object. I'll tell you one that I think your readers might, your listeners rather, might enjoy, and I often say it over. Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky was the one of the leaders of American Jewry. He passed away in the mid 1900s, in 1990s rather, and he was known, like if you would ask, people that know Gedalim, what do you know about Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky? What was the motif of his life? He is known for being the most truthful man. The name of his books are Emet LeYaakov, the truth to Jacob. He loved the truth, and he abhorred anything that was lacking truth. So I wanted to find an image of an object that he owned that would really bring to the table something that really showed how truthful he was. So I read in one of his biographies the following story, and I made it my business to track down this particular object. What happened was, before Rabbi Kamenetsky moved down to New York, where he assumed the role as Rosh Yeshiva of Tarvadas, Rabbi Kamenetsky was a rabbi, a pulpit rabbi in Toronto. And when he was in Toronto, he used to give a shiur, he used to give a class to some members of his community on Rambam. And at one point, around Pesach time, the shiur, the people that attended the shiur were so appreciative of all the time and effort that he put in to giving this beautiful shiur that he sorry, I'm looking for it as I'm speaking to you, that they presented him with a beautiful becher, a beautiful silver cup. I'll show it to you what it looks like. This was a silver cup. It has his name on it. It says that it's a gift on Chol Hamoed Pesach and the year to our Rabbi Yud Kamenetsky, Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky. That's the cup that was presented to him by the shiur. A few weeks after Pesach, Rabbi Kamenetsky was spotted by one of the members of the shiur going in with this Kiddush cup into a pawn shop, which is a shop that normally you go into to cash in for whatever you were given. If I want to raise a few dollars, I don't need some silver or gold or whatever that I have hanging around the house, and so I would go into a pawn shop and I would trade it in. And this Balabayas, that was one of the people that went to so much effort to engrave the cup, to buy the cup, to present the cup, he was aghast. Like, how could our rabbi do this? Like, what's up with a rabbi? Does he need a raise in salary so badly that he has to actually start hawking the cup that we worked so hard on and gave it and with love and appreciation? And what's up with the rabbi? So he came back to the class, of course, this person, and told all of them, and they were really confused and a little bit upset and disappointed and angry and maybe everything. And they said, one of us is going to approach respectfully the rabbi and ask what's going on. So they went over, this person approached the rabbi and said, Rabbi, It's uncomfortable for me what I'm about to ask you. You were spotted with the becher that we bought you, with the silver goblet that we bought you, going into a pawn shop. And do you not like the cup? Do you want to? You traded it in for money? Like you need more money? Like what's the story, Rabbi? So he said, no, God forbid. I love the cup. I use it every Shabbos. It's beautiful. I am so grateful. Okay, so then why did you go into the store with it? He says, well, I wanted to find out how much it's worth. I didn't want to sell it. I just wanted to they know how to assess the value of a cup. So I wanted to, it's a rabbi, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Like we gave you a cup. It doesn't matter whether it costs $100 or $200 or $5. It's a gift. Why do you care so much about how much it's worth? So Rabbi Kamenetsky looks at the man and he says, it's almost tax time. It's almost the day that I have to file my taxes. You gave me the cup as a gift for services rendered as a rabbi. I have to report the cup that you gave me as income to the Canadian version of the IRS. And I have to know exactly how much to declare on my tax forms in order to be totally, completely honest when reporting. I told this story to a leading Rosh Yeshiva, and he almost fell off his chair. He said, like, I argue with that. I can't believe that. That's above and beyond. That's not normal. It's not, I don't know if you have to do that. But to Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky, this was normal. We think, oh, it's a gift and it's fine. We just, everything in our minds is clean and fine and good. And to him, he was such a man of truth that he absolutely looked at that as income, and he needed to report it to the IRS. This is not something that, can we meet that standard? Maybe some of us can, maybe some of us can't, but just to get a real appreciation for the Torah leaders that we have and how they're not just brilliant Torah scholars, but rather they have hearts of gold. They have character traits that are sterling, literally sterling. And I love that story because this cup is not just it's not just a cup, it's not just an object. It actually is a piece that brings to life the very essence of Rabbi Kamenetsky, its owner.
This has been fascinating, and as you said, Rabbi Bamberger, we could do multiple series of this, and maybe we'll do so. Great Jewish Treasures by Rabbi Moshe Bamberger, and urge again all our viewers and listeners to purchase and the other books, which now I'll have to perhaps get as well in order to fill out my limited Judaical library. Rabbi Bamberger, thank you so much for your time today. It's been deeply appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and your interest, and you should continue to go on to ever greater success.
Thank you.